We have a few rules here at You've Got Mails. Things you may hear us say once in a while, such as, we judge movies, not women, or you do you. Well, today I'm going to add one more rule to the list that I'm going to say just one time and probably not very often afterwards. We at You've Got Mails do not condone bestiality in any form. Welcome to You've Got Mails.
Hey, Jason, you bumped your head pretty good there before we started recording. So memory loss is expected with that kind of head trauma. What's the last thing you remember?
We were recording the first episode. It was that movie with Rachel McAdams where she can't remember that she fell in love with and married her soulmate, and he has to remind her and convince her that they're in love and married. What's this movie about, CJ?
Great news.
Welcome to You've Got Mails, everybody. I'm Jason. I'm here with my co-host, CJ.
I didn't even connect that. Holy shit, Rachel McAdams has a type, and it's severe brain trauma.
And we are here to discuss 2012's The Vow. What did you know about this movie, CJ? Anything?
Yeah, I thought it was a horror movie. The Vow sounds like a horror movie.
There might be a horror movie called The Vow.
And honestly, depending on how you felt about this one, it might have still been a horror movie.
It's kind of horrific for some of the people involved, honestly. I mean, I want to get into that at some point.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it. We got two repeat offenders here. Rachel McAdams, who we had in the Notebook.
And we got Tyler Gage.
Oh, this time his name is Leo. Not as cool.
A little bit of a step down.
Yeah, a big step down.
His last name in this is Deathfucker, though. So.
Oh, well, that's way better.
Yeah, Leo Deathfucker is the guy.
That's actually pretty badass. Played by one of our favorites, Channing Tatum. I mean, he's one of my favorites. I don't know if he's one of your favorites. I'm starting to really like Channing Tatum.
I'm watching his career progress. Like, I know where it goes, and I like those movies.
Yeah.
But I'm now watching it progress as he's like, I'm going to be a heartthrob. And then at some point, he's going to be like, nah, fuck that. I'll just be silly. And it works.
Yeah, but I thought this was a big step up. I felt like, no, I'm not, no fucking pun intended, but the acting was better from Channing Tatum. I feel like he's learning and he's growing.
Totally.
Although I don't know when Step Up was filmed. This could have been around the same time. Maybe he was just given more to work with in this. I mean, this was definitely more of a drama.
This is an actual movie.
Yeah, he had to actually act a little bit, although he still acts like, Channing Tatum just seems like such a dumbass, which I love. I love it about him. He's just like this big, doofy, like likable guy, and I don't have a problem with it.
And Rachel McAdams is Rachel McAdams.
She's like an adorable human being. Like, she's just the cutest little person. Like, I don't know. I got no problem with Rachel McAdams.
She's like if they tried to clone Julia Roberts. Like, they were like, we need a new female lead for these romance movies.
Funny you mentioned that. I was going to save this for later. But Julia Roberts was actually attached in the lead role as Paige when this movie was in production.
I see that 100%. And then some douchebag at a big board table was like, too old.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They wanted to Yeah, they wanted to go younger. So
look at me knowing how life works.
Julia Roberts was out and Rachel McAdams was in as Paige. So this movie starts out in Chicago, which I'm starting to feel like this is like our third or fourth movie that takes place in Chicago.
There's something in the water.
Yeah, there is. I don't know what it is, but they like their rom-coms to take place in Chicago, or romantic dramas. I don't know what we call this. There
wasn't a lot of laughing in this
movie. A little bit of comedy, but not much. There was a few like characters, I guess, that were there for the laughs. But we meet our two leads. We meet Leo and Paige, played by Channing Tatum and Rachel McAdams, coming out of a theater. They were at like a film festival of some kind. And it is very snowy. It is wintertime. Everything is just covered. Inches and inches of snow. Not good to be out.
It's Chicago.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Chicago in the winter?
No.
They sell sunglasses so that your fucking eyeballs don't freeze.
Oh, really?
Like, it is cold.
It's the Windy City. So they're coming out of the city, the snow everywhere, and they hop in the car, and you can tell they have like a sweet, like, loving relationship. Like, they're married. They've been together for a while, it seems. And they really are just kind of perfect for each other.
Yeah, I tell you what, if I tried to blast Meatloaf at my wife in the car, it ain't gonna be that cute.
You don't think?
No.
I love that song.
It was a great song.
But yeah, I Would Do Anything for Love is on the radio, and he's like cheesing, like singing along, and she's kind of laughing, giving him a hard time. And they're horsing around a lot. And I said to myself, this weather, maybe don't horse around in the car so much.
Don't mess around.
And then they pull up to a stop sign, and Rachel McAdams makes a comment that they're more likely to get pregnant if you have sex in a car, which I don't think that's factually true. That's not accurate.
I think that was just a way to get his pants off, which was a hell of a move.
But they kind of start to get into, like, they're about to do it in the car.
In an intersection.
They're at a stop sign in the winter. Like, just stop there. This was a terrible idea.
Do it like everybody else. Pull in behind a Waffle House.
But the guy behind them was apparently jamming out the meatloaf too, not paying attention. And this giant dump truck rear ends them. But it was weird. Like, the whole crash scene was kind of strange for me.
It was graphic. It was awesome.
It was kind of like slow. Like, the rate he hit the car did not seem like it should have caused the damage that it caused.
Her head went out of that windshield at
it was like
-2 frames per second.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
It was some awful CGI. Like, it was so, like, this dump truck rear ends them and they get pushed into a telephone pole. She's not wearing her seatbelt. Click it or ticket, everybody. Let's get real here.
Dead Isla Fishers flying.
Although she might have taken her seatbelt off to have the sexy time with Channing Tatum. But yeah, there's a graphic scene where, like, her head hits the windshield shatters, and then she, like, kind of flies out, but it's clearly, like, just, like, Rachel McAdams, like, superimposed into the scene, like, stiff as a board, like, looks like a mannequin, like, floating out the front car window. And, she comes to rest on the hood, and then we end up in the hospital, and Channing Tatum starts giving, like, this, like, a weird, like, monologue, like, narration. He's talking about moments of impact in your life, and, like, things happening that kind of, like, change your life forever.
Yeah.
And they flash back 4 years to the day they met. And he talks about this was, like, one of those moments, like, these moments of impact. They're at the DMV, and he's in line waiting to get his parking permit passed, and she gets hers and then leaves, but she forgets something at the counter, so he runs it out to her. And he starts, like, flirting with her.
The old move. You pickpocket her and then you run back out later.
That might be what he did. And
I didn't see her drop shit.
No, I didn't see her leave anything behind. But he comes out and tells her that they're in the same parking zone, like permit zone, and that is a good reason for them to go out on a date. Which, I mean, it's a pretty good pickup line. I would have went out for a drink with Channing Tatum if he pulled that on me.
It's true.
Yeah. So they decide, to have a little date. And they show their date. They kind of do, like, a coffee shop and have dinner and drinks, and from there we kind of just see their relationship start to
blossom.
Yeah, exactly. There's like
I just wanted to use that word tonight.
That's fine. There's a scene where she's, like, sick at home and she can't come outside, and he delivers, like, this nice care package.
She's at work.
Oh, she's at work.
Yeah, this was pre-pandemic, man.
Oh, stay home.
Yeah. Now you go to work sick, they're gonna cut you.
You shouldn't go to work sick. Period. But pre-pandemic, post-pandemic.
She's a server. She's out there coughing on people's shit.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She worked at that coffee shop.
Yeah.
So he, like, gives her a little care. He won't come in because apparently he's afraid of her. He's smart enough not to come inside. So he's standing outside in the pouring down rain. And they show her kind of start unpacking, like, this box. And there's some tissues and it says for your nose. And then there's, like, a weird, like, sexy picture of him playing the guitar.
Yeah.
It says for your heart. And then there's also some lingerie and a condom in there. And the little note that says for later.
Stapled right through the condom.
I told you, Channing Tatum's not the smartest guy in the world. He's not that bright. There's also a very strange scene where they're driving in the car and windows down, like, cruising along.
Yeah, I have this too. She hotboxes herself.
She does. She's driving, and he, like, is just talking, and all of a sudden his face gets, like, real serious. And I'm like, I was confused as to what happened. And she's like, "Did you just fart?" And he's like, "No." And then she rolls up the window and rolls up and just, like, loves him so much that she just wants to marinate in the smell of Channing Tatum.
I can tell you what, like, fart's real good barometer of your relationship. Because there are points in your relationship in which you're allowed to start farting at certain times. It tells you how far along you are. Like, I wake up every single morning, absolutely no matter what. The second I open my eyes, I let one rip. Involuntary.
And how's your wife feel about this?
She's stuck now. She's there.
Does she say anything, or does she comment on it?
If it wakes her up, yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk about this for a minute, because I have a confession to make. Let's get serious. Let's get real. I've been in, like, long-term committed relationships. I've been in some very long relationships. I have never once felt comfortable enough around anyone to fart in front of them.
Really?
Really. I hold it in, and I don't ever fart in front of anyone I've ever been dating.
Wow.
Right? And then, like, once in a while, like, one will...
I wouldn't call those long-term committed relationships then. Those are associates that you've slipped with.
But have I never, like, been, like, in a real relationship because I haven't farted in front of one of them?
I hate to tell you
Or am I just weird about, like, farting?
I mean, you gotta let one rip eventually and see how it goes.
Or is that like how I'm going to find out I'm truly in love when I find like the woman that I can just fart in front of?
No, you're truly in love is when it happens during sex. And everybody giggles.
God.
Yeah.
Because even like I've been like dating people and like, you know, you let out a laugh and one slips by and I just try to like play it off like it didn't happen. Like I don't even acknowledge it. Like I just laugh harder to like cover the sound.
I've done that at job interviews. Come on.
You
gotta up those numbers, buddy.
What is that, onions? What is that? But yeah, that's my confession. I've never voluntarily farted in front of anyone I've ever dated.
Well, we'll find you the right girl.
Thank you.
We'll find you your own Rachel McAdams to roll the windows up.
I gotta find that girl I can fart on. I guess. I don't know.
Not on.
Oh,
That's a whole different thing.
don't kink shame me. So anyhow, we got past the farts. And then we get a scene where like Channing Tatum, I guess, has like, are they his roommates?
I'm pretty sure he lives in a college brochure. Like, he has the most eclectic set of weird roommates I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I got a problem with this movie. Like, one of my major gripes about this movie is they're supposed to be kind of like starving artist types. Basically, like hipsters. Like, these are the people, like, for those of you not from Pittsburgh, I apologize. We have a neighborhood called Lawrenceville, which is kind of like the artsy, like, hipster area of town. This is, like, where they would be living, essentially.
Yes.
Rachel McAdams and Channing Tatum are like the most preppy, like white bread people you'll ever see. I didn't really understand why they felt the need to try to make them hipster art folk. Because they weren't. Like all their roommates were, like all these other people were. But then on top,
absolutely necessary to the plot at all.
It wasn't.
I mean, she is a sculptor.
That I think is, to a degree.
I guess that's because, and we're jumping ahead a little bit, her leaving law school. What's the opposite of law school? Art school.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it, like they probably backtracked from there and wrote in the story.
Yeah, I hated that. And I hated the fact that these two were supposed to be like basically like poor starving artists. And he's got like the biggest fucking apartment
My
I've
house
ever
can fit
seen.
in that apartment.
The nicest furniture. And then she owns like her own art studio. And he owns like a recording studio.
Yeah, it's the Friends trope.
All in Chicago. Like they have... And then all of a sudden, later on when she's in the hospital, money might be an issue. I'm like, I don't know. Sell one of the 3 pieces of real estate you've got in Chicago. It was ridiculous. Also, I'm sorry. You got rear-ended by like a dump truck. There was clearly a business of some kind. Like that wasn't someone's personal vehicle.
Yeah, you should be owning a 4th piece of property.
Yeah, like
and
you don't need to
business.
pay any insurance or medical bills. Like that's all taken care of by whoever hit you in that truck. Now you should have been having sex in an intersection. I'll give you that. But that's just the law. If you get rear-ended, it's always the person that rear-ends you's fault. Shouldn't have been on that. I digress.
You preach.
I digress. I've gone too far. But, you know, I can only assume these are his roommates because they're talking about how they like her and maybe we should ask her to move in or we should adopt her, basically. Because she had just been, like, trying to get him to bring in, like, a stray cat from outside. And now they're talking about her almost like she is the stray cat. You know, she makes breakfast. She'd be nice to have around. And he makes her pancakes with, like, blueberries that spell out, move in? ? This is how he decides to pop the question, like we should move in together.
Yeah, I mean, not
move in with me and my 4 male roommates and make us breakfast all the time.
Yeah, if I was one of the male roommates, I'd be like, why don't you guys move out?
Yeah, why don't you get your own place?
Get a place together.
Yeah,
I fully support this.
Yeah, I mean, she's making breakfast though. Then we cut to the, they're getting married and they're having like this weird like hipster wedding. It's just surrounded by all their hipster friends like in weird costumes, and then they're just in fucking polo shirts and preppy clothes. Like, they don't fit in at all. But we find out that they both wrote their vows on the same menu from the coffee shop that they go to. Cafe Mnemonic, which is kind of a fun, the writers were really patting themselves in the back in the writer's room that day.
Yep.
It was a mnemonic device.
Ordering lunch earlies, folks.
Yeah, mnemonic device is a device that helps memory. So this is how you're supposed to know, like, oh my God, they're so alike. They're so sweet together. They had the same idea for their vows. And then we find out that they're actually getting married in like a public museum illegally, which I don't really see the problem here.
I think because I know somebody that actually did this at Phipps Conservatory, a famous conservatory here in Pittsburgh. They charge about $2 or $3 grand to do a wedding there.
Okay.
So they don't want you doing it for free.
Okay.
Like even if you could just bust in there and do it real quick. I know somebody that had like a crash wedding there.
Yeah.
And basically had to do the same thing. They're not allowed back in Phipps anymore.
You should be allowed to get married wherever you want. That's my stance. Like, who gives a shit? Like, if you just want to get married, I mean, obviously, like, you want to pay to get married, they're going to get a lot more amenities. They're going to set you up with like a banquet room or something,
Yeah.
like decorate. But if you just want to like walk in one day and just get married in front of the hydrangeas, fuck
Right
it.
there in that hot box car.
Yeah, yeah,
This means we're ready to go.
yeah. But security guards chase them out and they have to run. They just get the I-do's off in time. And then they have a big chase scene.
Were you ready for them to just flip some Mentos at the camera?
Oh, that was it. Was
Yeah, it was a
100%
Mentos
like a
commercial.
Mentos commercial.
Everybody's like a different culture. Everybody's a little hipstery. And they're getting married in a museum. Mentos.
The fresh maker. And then we get a scene in her art studio of her like sculpting, and she's doing a few sculptures for some kind of exhibition. And Channing Tatum comes in, and we find out that he's not an art connoisseur. Surprise, surprise. But he thinks that the scrap pile from her sculptures is actually what she's working on. But it's like, he's a lovable dummy, so she thinks it's adorable. And
I mean, I have this written here as like, you can be like a big dummy if you look like Channing Tatum.
oh yeah,
Like,
100%. You can do
You
whatever
get extra
want.
points.
Yeah. But they have a nice little moment where he kind of gives her a little tickle, which is apparently gets her frisky. This is kind of a theme later on. And tickles her a little bit, and they start getting it on the floor of the art studio. And this is kind of like our introduction to them as a couple. This is what we see to like make us realize that these two are in love and we're meant to be together, like kind of perfect for each other. Flash forward to present day, we're in the hospital, and she is just coming out of her coma.
Yes.
That they kind of put her in. They kept her under because she had severe head trauma, and just to kind of make sure everything was okay and she was going to be all right. And then they woke her up. She wakes up, and they start to kind of realize that she doesn't know who anybody is.
She thinks that he's the doctor.
Which that you've got head trauma if you look at Channing Tatum and go, oh, this guy went through medical school. I clearly...
I mean, I'd take him as an expert in head trauma.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe not a doctor.
He's had it.
I do like the actual doctor in this scene. I wish I would have wrote down her name.
Yeah, she's actually really good.
Wisdom Doctor is one of my favorite doctors.
The wisdom doctor?
Yeah, she's just wise beyond her years.
Yeah. So, they're kind of talking, and he's telling her, like, we're married. She doesn't remember any of this. The last thing she remembers is, like, she's lost 5 years of memory.
What if... Okay, all I could think about is what if she was like, I don't remember you at all. And he was just like, get out of jail free card. And he just leaves. They start playing like the theme music and the movie's over.
He's just skipping down the street.
Yeah, he's like, oh man.
He's doing like the Bully Maguire dance from Spider-Man
pass.
3. Just like pointing at girls as he walks down the street like, hello, ladies.
I'm going to go be a stripper now.
Yeah, but on the flip side of that, I don't know about you, but like if I woke up out of a coma and they were like, this is your husband, it's Channing Tatum. I don't know about you, but I'd be like, jackpot.
I'd be like, I was gay?
Well, I mean, I'm saying if I was Rachel McAdams.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, you'd kind of be like, well, okay then. It looks like I'm doing all right for myself.
Yeah. I often wake up in the morning and check to see if I'm Rachel McAdams.
Clearly, she's got some problems. We get a scene of him in the waiting room with like his 4 or 5 hipster friends, and they're all kind of just like, hey man, this is your chance to kind of start over, and she'll forget about all the dumb stuff you did. Meanwhile, all they've shown us is that he's been like the perfect husband and boyfriend, and they've had like this amazing relationship. So
I mean, she loves the smell of his farts.
yeah,
like what was the wrong parts of this relationship?
Yeah, what are we glossing over here that he was doing that he needs to redo? So, he goes up, and she says she's hungry, so he decides to like take her down to the cafeteria, and they have some moments, that she's kind of asking him about their marriage and like their relationship. And then she starts talking about her parents and is wondering why they're not there and why nobody's contacted them. And he tells her, like, you haven't talked to your parents in 5 years. And she asks why, and he just gives her the answer that, you were in law school. Because she even asks, like, what about my law degree? Because she finds out she has an art studio. She doesn't remember any of this. Last thing she remembers, she was in college going for law.
She was not an artist.
No, not an artist at all. And he says, well, when you decided to leave law school and go to art school, your parents weren't too happy about it. And that's kind of like, he glosses over some things, which we're going to come to find out. But it's kind of what he tells her as...
I think I heard that Prince had his memory erased every 5 years just so he could reinvent the genre.
Really?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's a thing.
And
I fucking threw you all the way off.
like, where do I fucking go from this? I don't even know what happens. My memory's been erased. Reinvent this podcast. Yeah, so, and then she also mentions that, like, what about Jeremy? She was engaged to a guy named Jeremy. And
fuck Jeremy.
Yeah, fuck Jeremy. In her mind, like, she's still engaged to this other guy. Like, she doesn't remember Leo at all and just remembers that, she was talking to her family at the time. She was engaged to another guy. She was going for law school. So this all kind of throws her for a loop. And she actually asks him to, like, provide, like, some kind of evidence that, like, they were married and happy. And somehow this guy can't come up with anything. Like, he's like, I'll figure something out.
Like the wedding video?
Yeah, the wedding video they took. Like
that she finds in the house randomly.
Which just goes to show that Channing Tatum is just a big, dumb idiot. Like, this entire movie. Like, they have pictures of themselves all over the apartment. Like, all this stuff. None of this comes to mind for him. So he's like, well, I'll see what I can do. He comes back the next day. He's about, I guess he probably, because he has some evidence, and goes up to her room, and they're like, oh, she's been moved to the VIP wing of the hospital. And he's like, oh, that sounds expensive. And he goes upstairs, and we find that her mom and dad have been contacted. They don't really say how, but I assume, like, she probably called them.
I mean, I just spent 2 months in the hospital with my dad.
Yeah.
If I came in and saw an extra fucking pudding cup on the table, I was like, how much is this going to cost?
Again, they own 3 giant pieces of property in Chicago. I think they're doing okay. Also, they got rear-ended by a business. Like, nobody's paying for anything. But we find out the mom and dad are pretty well-to-do. And it's our second appearance by a Jurassic Park alum.
Sam Neill.
And you got Sam Neill as the dad and Jessica Lange as the mom.
You know
she
why?
was not in Jurassic
he's
Park.
been in multiple movies? Because they move in herds.
They move in herds. So they're up there, and
that didn't even make sense.
They've never even met Leo before, because she met Leo. We get that flashback to 4 years. She remembers 5 years prior, so she was already away from her parents and, like, distanced herself from them for a year before she met Channing Tatum's character. So he's never been introduced to the parents. They really didn't even know she was married. So this is all kind of a surprise to everyone. The parents are pretty shitty. Like, they're basically trying to just sweep Leo to the side. Like, this doesn't matter. We can get our daughter back. They basically try to kidnap her, in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also up to her to be comfortable, and she's obviously like, I'm going to be comfortable with these people that I know.
Yeah.
Not this guy who maybe superimposed my face into a wedding video.
Yeah. He's not that smart, folks.
No.
But he does have, like, a voicemail. He brings his cell phone and he plays a voicemail for them where she's talking to him and tells him that she loves him and that she'll see him later. She says, well, I do sound, like, really happy. And then, thankfully, Wisdom Doctor is there. And she's kind of like, you need to, like, your routine. Your routine is what's going to help you get your memories back. Like, doing what you normally do. And Channing Tatum says, well, her routine is with me. Like, she should be home with me. And she finally kind of agrees that maybe that's the best thing to do, is to go home with him. The parents obviously not too happy about it. Here's another case of Channing Tatum's character just being a gigantic idiot.
This just made me feel like men are pretty fucking stupid. Like, I was just like, oh yeah, I get why he did that, and that was dumb.
I couldn't imagine doing that. So he brings her home to a home that she doesn't know. She's going to be walking into this place basically for the first time, where she's lived for, like, the past 4 years. She's going to be, like, flooded with pictures of the two of them, like, a life that she has that she doesn't have any recollection of having. He's invited no less than 40 to 50 people over for a surprise party.
Yeah, instead she's flooded with the cast of a Target commercial.
A lot of khakis, a lot of sweaters.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, she walks in the door and the lights are off. They flip the lights on. Everybody's just like surprised. And then she's just getting bombarded by people, hugging her, talking to her like they know her. She has no idea who any of these people are.
It immediately cuts to a scene of him letting people out the door and being like, my bad, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is a terrible idea.
But, like, this was bad. Like, I was, like, watching this, and it kind of gave me anxiety, because she has, like, this... It looks like she's having fucking Vietnam flashbacks. Like she's got the cold sweats. Her eyes are darting everywhere. And everybody's hugging her, and she's just like, holy shit. Like, I don't know. First of all, terrible idea, because, like, she doesn't know any of these people. Secondly, you're inviting her back to this house that she lives in. You're throwing this huge party. Obviously, there's going to be a mess afterwards. She doesn't know where any of the cleaning supplies are. Is going to have to, like, try to clean up this mess from a party that she has no clue how to do.
That house doesn't look like it was cleaned too often.
It was a very nice house, I thought. It looked nice.
When he wakes up on the couch the next day, I mean, that place is a wreck.
No.
Maybe it's from the
party. It's for the party. They just had 50 people in there for at least an hour.
Yeah.
So he said kick everybody out. But, he gets everybody out. And she kind of has like a freak out on him, rightfully so. Like, she's mad and tells him it was a stupid idea. Like, everything that I just said, like, she doesn't, it's bad enough she's coming home to a place she doesn't know.
She doesn't have to hold back because she's yelling at a stranger.
Yeah. And so she kind of yells at him, and he goes out and sleeps on the couch. Next morning, he gets up off the couch. She's just getting out of the shower. Like, she slept in the bedroom, he slept in the couch. It was respectful and nice. I mean, that's the way it should have been. I wouldn't expect him to push for anything more than that. It would have been a weird movie had he done that.
Can you sniff this fart?
What if he just farted and that's what brought her memory back? How great would that have been?
This would be our most fart heavy episode, and I love it.
Like, all the way to the end, and he just lets one rip, and she's like, I love you. I remember everything.
That would have been the best chick flick to a dick flick ever, right there.
Shit, I just blew it. But he gets up, and we get some gratuitous Channing Tatum ass.
I don't know if it's gratuitous. I bet you that's baked into his fucking rider.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we didn't see his ass in Step Up 1 or 2.
Those are kids' movies, sir.
Well, this was only PG-13. Anyhow, we see his ass.
I saw about 13 inches.
Oh, my. Fun fact about that. So, yeah, that's right. So he walks in to the room where she's changing, and she is like just shocked that he is naked in front of her, and he like covers himself up. But she gets like a sly smile, and it's kind of like the tension is broken now. And she's almost like, she was mad, but now she's seen naked Channing Tatum, and she's fine. Like, she's like, okay, I can work with this. Like, I don't remember this, but I like this.
Yeah.
The fun fact was, apparently he wore like some kind of like crazy big prosthetic for this scene to get that reaction from her.
I love that.
And that was like the scene that they went with to get that like natural, like kind of shocked, but like kind of like, ooh, like reaction. So he was wearing like a fake wang for that scene.
I love that.
So if you did see 13 inches, they weren't his. That was all fucking CGI and it was industrial light and magic from the waist down. So, you know, he apologizes, but he also gives her like this kind of shitty, like, not like you haven't seen it before. Sir, she kind of hasn't. Like, she doesn't remember seeing it. Like,
he is, you're right.
Which
like,
is
the more I think about it, he's not a very bright guy.
He's not, and like, this is a very hard situation. Like, I kind of can see both sides of it, because she's like pretty shitty to him for a lot of it. But again, she has no clue who he is. And he basically was married and in love for 4 years, and now the woman he loves is just like a stranger. He knows who she is, but she has no recollection of him. So
you gotta chalk it up. She pretty much died in the crash.
Yeah, it would be pretty. It's like they cloned her and like replaced her with like herself, but not the one that you know.
Yes,
it's very strange. Very strange. This was based on a true story, by the way.
I was gonna save that for
I got some
the end
stuff.
of this movie. It fucking blew my hair back.
Yeah, I got some stuff on this too. We'll save it for the grand gestures. So she finally comes out of the bedroom from getting ready, and he's like made this big breakfast to apologize to her. And she accepts the apology, and she kind of just asks, like, well, I need to get back into my routine. Like, what would I normally do? He says, well, you know, you'd get in the morning, you'd make coffee. I already made that. Like, don't worry about that. And then you usually, like, get on your computer, check your emails, pay the bills. But I'm guessing you don't remember any of the passwords or anything to get into your stuff. So I'll handle that. And he's like, and then you normally go down to the art studio and work on your art. And she, like, isn't ready for that. Like, she doesn't want to see the art studio yet. So he's just kind of like, all right, well, I guess, you know, just kind of hang out and do your thing and whatever you want to do around the house and kind of like get comfortable. And he has to go to work. He has a recording studio. So there's also a good scene where she like eats a piece of bacon and he slaps it out of her hand.
It's like, you're a vegetarian.
You're a vegetarian. And then as soon as he walks out the door to go to work, she picks the bacon back up and eats it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So which also, if you've been a vegan or a vegetarian for 4 years and you eat any meat, you will become deathly ill. So I don't know how she was just kicking around town after eating like a pound of bacon. She would have been like in the fetal position on the bathroom floor, like for the whole day. Yeah, your body can't handle that.
I've never been a vegan for more than like 7 hours, so
that long, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes I sleep in.
I get up and eat meat in my sleep. So she decides to go out. Well, first she finds the wedding video. Well, she's like looking around the house. So she watches the wedding video and she kind of like smiles and, you know, thinks, oh, you know, this is nice. Like, this is actually more proof, which why this wasn't the proof that he brought to her in the first place, I don't know. So she finds that and watches that. Then she just decides to like leave the house and wander around the streets of Chicago. I was like, this is a bad idea.
Seems like a legit move.
No, it's not. It's a bad idea.
Bad things don't happen in Chicago.
She goes to like a coffee shop and she tries to order something and they're like, well, don't you want your usual? She's like, oh, I got a usual? Yeah, let's do that. So she gets her usual. Then she walks out from having breakfast and just completely lost. Has no idea where she's at. We cut to Channing Tatum. He's at his job. We get to see She-Hulk.
Yeah, our girl, Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she's great.
Yeah, she's not given a lot to work with in this movie, but she's got a few little parts where she's kind of like his associate co-worker at the studio.
She's the one.
She's doing everything.
Yeah, she's driving the ship while he's taking care of his wife.
Yeah. There is like some tension there where she's kind of talking like, well, we were double booked and nobody was here. I had to send these guys home. Like, I'm trying to run this whole thing by myself and I just can't do it. He's like, all right, I understand. I know. They're going to do like a pitch meeting later in the day. He has to go home and change for it and he'll be back. He leaves, comes home.
She gone.
Rachel McAdams is just gone. He's trying to find her. He's about to go out and wander the streets looking for her, realizes she left her phone there. And then she kind of just comes in the door with like a bunch of shopping bags. Her hair's different. And she tells him that, hey, I didn't know who else to call, but I remember my parents' number.
No less than 7 different hairstyles for her in this movie.
Yeah, a lot of wigs happening in this movie. Yeah.
She's changing it up scene by scene.
Yeah. She called her mom because that's the only number she really knows by heart at this point. That's what she remembers from 5 years ago. And she took her out shopping and did all this stuff for her. And she tells them that they invited them both over for dinner at their place that night. So we get this like awkward dinner with mom, dad. Rachel McAdams has a sister, which apparently she hasn't talked to her for 5 years either.
I think because they chose sides.
You think that's what it was?
Yeah.
You think he would still like reach out to her like on the side and talk?
You would think.
Yeah, we'll get into like why she actually hasn't seen her family in a little bit, but it just seems strange to me that she hadn't talked to any of these people.
For those of you on the edge of your seats.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. But yes, and then we have her sister has a fiance. They're getting ready to get married very soon, like within the next like month or two.
I like the fiance.
He's okay. Yeah. He's kind of a dick in this scene, but I like him better later.
Yeah, he's a little dopey, but
yeah. So Sam Neill's given like this big toast about like how it's so nice to have family back together, and he says to Channing Tatum like, "What about you? Were you close with your family?" And he's like, "Well, not really." And then Sam Neill gives him kind of a shitty, like, "Oh, that's a real shame and too bad." And he's like, "Well, they're dead. Like my parents are dead." So,
boom, trump card.
Yeah, he's like, they're dead, and like Paige is my family.
Old Uno reverse.
Yeah, Paige is my family now. You're kind of trying to steal my fucking only family I have away from me. Trying to gaslight her into coming back home.
All right, in her position, this guy, this husband of yours, says, "You haven't talked to them in 5 years."
Yeah.
Wouldn't you question that? Wouldn't you be like, why haven't I talked to you in 5 years? Like, what happened? Who did you diddle? Like, I would immediately think, I would look at Sam Neill and just be like, where'd you put your penis?
Yeah.
Like, what made me not want it? Was it in my sister? Was it in one of my friends? Was it in one of mom's friends? Was it in one of my brothers? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
Where did you stick your dick? That would have been right where I went. I don't know. She's just like, well, whatever.
I don't know if that's what I would have thought.
Years.
But, like, also Channing Tatum just tells her, like, it's because you decided to leave law school, and in her mind now she wants to be in law school. Like, she's reverted back to that 5 years, so she doesn't know that anything else has happened, so she just kind of like willingly goes along with it because that's where she wants to be. That's where she is in her mind. They have like the awkward dinner. There's also like a weird, this is where I didn't like the fiance, because he's like, they ask Leo what he does and he's like, "Oh, I own a recording studio," and the guy's like, "Wasn't that kind of a dying industry?" And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he's like, well, people can record things on their phones now and they sound really good. I'm like, yeah, but you're not recording albums. Like, musicians aren't recording albums on their cell phones. Like, this isn't, like, in 2012, did people think that?
Oh, you should hear the rough cuts of these podcasts. Good God.
Well, and that's 2024. Like, I don't know why this guy was thinking in 2012 we didn't need recording studios anymore. But, Leo talks about his passion for, like, recording and music and things like that. You can kind of see that, like, Rachel McAdams' character, Paige, is kind of like, likes that he's like passionate about what he's into. From there, they end up at a club. Like, they go out for drinks. And it's literally just like, she reverts right back into her 5 year ago self. She's with all of her girlfriends that she went to high school with. And basically just like shoves Leo to the side. Like, this was kind of shitty. Like, there were points in this movie where I thought they were both not handling the situation the best.
Yeah,
but
no real empathy.
Yeah, like, you're married to this guy. Like, there's been proof now, like, legitimate unequivocal proof that this guy is someone that you've been with for 4 years. When you get together with all your friends, like at least like introduce the guy around.
Or at least make some decisions with the guy before you start fucking your fiance. Your ex-fiance.
Well, that's the other thing. We meet Jeremy.
Yeah, this guy.
Played by Scott Speedman. And also, like, I don't know, you put Scott Speedman and Channing Tatum side by side, it's fucking Channing Tatum all day. Like,
Yeah.
You don't go with the Speed Man. That's not what you do.
I have to agree.
Yeah. So, but she's flirting it up with this guy, and he's getting her drinks, and Channing Tatum is just kind of like off to the side, like, what am I supposed to do? This has to be like torture for this guy. If this was a real life scenario, this would be terrible.
Yes.
You're just watching the woman that you've been married to for 4 years and you are in love with basically just act like you don't even exist anymore. It's sad. It's rough for that guy.
You've gotten friend zoned after 4 years of marriage.
Yeah. You got cyclopsed out of your own relationship. And like, you had the girl. Like, I don't know what happened.
I've seen the Steelers in the playoffs. I know what happened.
No. Then we get a scene where Paige goes to Jeremy's work to see him and like ask why they aren't together anymore. And he kind of like glosses over. He's just kind of like, you changed. You wanted to leave art school. You decided you needed to change. You were just different. And like you decided that I wasn't the guy for you anymore.
I don't date pores.
Yeah. He tells her that, he's been dating a girl like that she was friends with for like a year now. And like they're together. And then she kisses him like in the office.
Just right there.
Yeah. And I'm like, you're married. And then I was like, Jeremy, you do not take advantage of this girl's brain damage. There are so many people in this movie that are just taking advantage of her in her weakened state.
Severe brain damage.
Yeah. And they're just like, whatever, this is a chance for me to get back with her. Her parents, Jeremy, like
there's
everybody.
only one character that's like, boy, I hope she gets her memory back. All the other ones are like, boy, I hope she never remembers what I did to her.
Yeah, it's absolutely awful. They go, we get a scene of, Channing Tatum comes home and she's going through like all these different pictures like that they had of the two of them, like just trying to remember some things. And they have like a moment where he tries to tickle her again. Like we saw in that scene from before, because that was
it's not cute anymore. It's
like
full on assault.
Yeah, she like freaks out. I was like, it's just a tickle. Like she handled it very strangely, but she like freaks out and jerks away, and he is just like really hurt by it. It's like the one time we see him like really upset.
Yeah,
and he goes into the other room and like cries behind a door so that she can't see him. And she comes in and talks to him. She's like, "Oh, was that one of our things? I'm sorry. Like I'm not handling this really great." Like she admits that like she's not doing well with this whole thing.
Have you met Jeremy?
And she decides that she wants to see the art studio, and they go in, and he just kind of like trying to push it on her, puts like an art tool in her hand, and he's like, just try it. Let me turn this music up really way loud like you used to like. And it's awful music to begin with, and she's blasting it. And this poor girl has severe head trauma. She even says, she's like, I've got serious brain damage and I have a headache. Could you turn the fucking music down, please?
This reminds me of the first time I played Old Crow Medicine Show for my wife. And she still has never listened to that music.
It wasn't happening?
Nope.
So we go from there. The next day, he comes home, and she's got, like, there's somebody in the apartment. He hears somebody rustling around, and he's like, is somebody here? And Dad comes out. And she's decided that, like, this just isn't working. Like, she's not remembering anything. It's really hard for her. She thinks it would be better if she goes home for a little bit. And, he's upset about this, but he understands, he agrees. He just wants her to be happy, basically. We get more scenes of him at work where he is just, like, ruining his business. Like, bad business owner. Yeah. Like, which I get. Like, he's got a lot going on, but maybe hire somebody else on to help She-Hulk out. Because she's having a real go of it and not happy. And he tells her, he's like, I have to go, like, upstate, wherever her family's from, which isn't close by, and try to, like, win his wife back. Like, he's trying to, like, get her back. So we get a scene... they're at the rehearsal dinner maybe, or like a shower.
Yeah,
with his sister.
For her sister.
Yeah. So he's there, and he has like a nice idea where he goes up to Paige and he's like, I realized like this wasn't working. Like I can't like try to force you to remember all this stuff. So I would like to like do it over. Let me take you out on a first date.
Not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. And this is honestly when I read the synopsis for this movie, and like I thought this is what we were going to be getting. Like I think if you want that,
like a 51st date.
Yeah, I was going to say if you want that, go watch 51st Dates, because there's not much of that in this movie. But that's what I thought. It was going to be more lighthearted and not as serious as it was. I thought it was going to be more like him trying to win back his wife who forgot him. But we get about 10 minutes of this. He takes her out on this date. And it's nice. They do he does like a retrospective tour.
They basically do the same thing from the montage at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, they relive that very first date. And then they end up at like a lake or like a river. I'm not even sure.
This is a real Hail Mary. Like, hey, the date went great. Let's go skinny dipping.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, they pull
and it
up,
worked.
They pull up and she's like...
I've also seen the Patriots win the Super Bowl, so...
They pull up and she's like, what are we doing here? Why are we here? What do we normally do here? And he starts to take his shirt off and she's like, whoa, like I didn't sign up for this. Like the date's going okay, but let's calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we agreed that we would do this like every month for a year. Like we get in this water because we met like a waiter who was 80 and said he did it every year, every month. And he looked great. And we're like, let's give it a shot. So she agrees and they go and they run in the water. And they have like a cute, like fun moment where they get in this freezing cold water, come out. And then we cut to like, he's taking her back to his place and they're making out. And like the date went really well. Like she's promising him at least second base is what she says, but nothing more. And I'm pretty sure there was more because we just cut away and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Next scene, he's dropping her off and he fucks it up. Like the date went really, really good. And all he had to do was say, hey, I had a really nice time. Like, I hope we can do this again. Nope. He's like, I love you. I love you so much. Please love me back. And she's like, dude, like, I don't remember any of this. Like, I had a good time, but this is essentially like, have you ever gone on a first date with someone and then told you loved them at the end of it?
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, me neither.
Thankfully, like, I've never understood this.
Because I imagine it wouldn't go well. It would go exactly like this. So, like, this is what she is getting from him.
That is the Hail Maryest of Hail Marys.
Yeah, and it doesn't... I don't think it works. And it doesn't work in this scenario. But she does go inside. She talks to her sister, and her sister's like, well, how'd the date go? And she's like, he's... You know, it went okay. Like, I like him. And the sister's even like, he's really sweet. Like, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
You know, because they have, like, a nice interaction at the rehersal dinner or whatever it was where he talks to her. And
he busts out like some J-Lo talking him into the wedding thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Some social engineering.
But from there, like, we don't get any follow-up or any payoff to this first date. Like, there's not a discussion between them about how it went. Are they going to continue to do this? We just cut right to the sister's wedding. And he's there, but she is just ignoring him. Like, doesn't talk to him at all at the wedding.
That's because Jeremy's there.
Yeah, and he's just kind of like miserable and like off to the side and being a loner. And Dad comes and grabs him and he's like, well, let's go have a drink together. We didn't really get to talk. And you're thinking at this point, like maybe Dad's going to have like something nice to say. No, Dad's a piece of shit through and through. Takes him outside and essentially is like, we think it would just be best if you just divorced our daughter.
And he's going to buy him out.
Is he? Does he say that?
He basically says, like, I'll give you the money. He says, like, you know, you must be floundering in debt, all this stuff.
Oh, because of the insurance, which, again, there shouldn't be any medical bills at all. Plus, they're rich. They moved her to the VIP wing. Like,
you want to start a podcast about talking about the American healthcare system, I'm in.
They're covering everything. There's probably already about 1,000 of those.
Yeah.
And so he tells him no, and he's not going to do it, and he walks off. He actually tells him that he's a hypocrite and a bad guy. Goes inside, and he's sitting by himself, and Jeremy walks by. And Jeremy actually, I didn't think was being like a terrible person right here at first. Because he's like, why don't you let me like take you around and introduce you to some people? You're kind of sitting here by yourself. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, Channing Tatum clearly at this point has had a few drinks. And he's like, you love this, don't you? He's like, this girl that like left you that you're still in love with. And like now all of a sudden she's back and can't remember why she left you. And he tells him, he's like, she told me a lot about you. Like there were nights she would wake up next to you just completely panicked. Like, is this all there is? Like Channing Tatum's like, fucking sticking the knife in there.
Yeah.
Digging it, you know? And Jeremy says, oh, well, I'll make sure to talk to her about that while I'm sleeping with your wife. Jeremy comes back pretty hard.
I mean, they should have just pulled out knives and started sticking each other.
It got real tense. Channing punches the shit out of Jeremy. Like, just knocks him out.
He got those Magic Mike muscles.
Yeah. At this point, you know, Paige sees this and, like, takes him outside, and they're kind of arguing, and he just says, like, I can't do this anymore. Like, you're not remembering. It's not fair for me to try to, like, make you feel something that you can't feel. He was like, I see the way you look at Jeremy. It's the way you used to look at me. Like, I can't compete with that. Like, you in love with him, not me anymore. So he just decides, like, that's going to be it. I'm going to leave. And then from there, we get a bit of a montage of, like, them doing their stuff. Like, she's going to law school again, but she's also, like, in class doodling.
Yeah.
You know, she's starting to do the arts. Meanwhile, there's a scene of him. He's actually signing divorce papers. They get divorced. Like, they finalize things. He takes in the cat from outside, which is like a cool moment because earlier in the movie she wanted to bring the cat in, and he was like, "I hate cats.
Yeah,
I'm
you gotta
allergic
fuck
to cats."
something.
No, Jesus,
That's getting cut.
I don't know. So he brings the cat in, strictly for pet purposes. So that's a nice moment. And but we get this montage of them. Then we get a scene of Paige at a grocery store, like she's shopping, and this friend of hers from high school comes up to her and she's like, "Oh, Paige," and she's like, "Oh, Diane, it's nice to see you." And she's like, "I really just want to apologize," and basically tells her that like she had been sleeping with her dad. So dad was diddling.
I called it early in this movie.
Yeah.
I was like, Daddy was diddling.
Yeah, Daddy diddled Diane.
And it was Diane.
Yeah. There's a little story about diddling Diane. Anyway, so that happens, and she's like, what the hell? Like, nobody, this is why I really left. Like, she figures this out. It wasn't the law school thing. It wasn't, it was just dad was a piece of shit, like, cheated on their mom. So she first confronts her sister, because her sister's with her, and she's like, how long did you know? And she was like, I've known the whole time. Then she goes home and confronts mom.
Jessica Lange, fucking Oscar performance. In
Yeah,
this,
she was
know-nothing movie.
Yeah, which I figured out, like, I didn't realize is, I kind of figured out why she's in this movie.
Because they didn't give her fucking fried green tomatoes, and she was like, I'm gonna do this.
No, she was in, are you familiar with Grey Gardens?
Yes.
So she was in Grey Gardens, right?
Oh.
The guy that directed Grey Gardens directed this movie. It was like the very next thing he did. So I'm guessing they had like a good working relationship. And he kind of like got her on board through
Grey
that.
Gardens, the documentary?
No, they did like a HBO series where Jessica Lange played the mom and Drew Barrymore played the daughter.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah,
Okay, that's on my fucking list.
Based on the documentary, like the true story. But he directed that. So I think that's how they got Jessica Lange for this. But Jessica Lange turns in a great performance in this one scene where she kind of like says like...
I was fucking touched.
Yeah, she's like, I didn't leave because...
Much like Diane.
She's like, I didn't leave... And that cat. I didn't leave because, I walked into the house and I was ready to leave. And I saw the pictures of like the kids and like all of our life. And I decided that like I wasn't going to leave him for the one bad thing he did. I was going to stay for all the good things he did.
And then she wiped her eyes with a fucking Emmy award.
Yeah, an Oscar. But this movie didn't get any Oscars. From there, just get more scenes of Paige like living her life like this that she had, but she's starting to make the changes. She's starting to sculpt again. She's starting to get into art. Like she's changed her hair back to the way it was. She meets up with Jeremy and he's like, I left the girl I was dating. And she's like, why? And he's like, well, because you're back now. And she's like, yeah, but like I realized that like I left for a reason and I changed for a reason. And like whatever happened between us, like I'm a different person now. Like that's not me from 5 years ago.
He does have a great fucking line where he's like, wow, this sounds really familiar.
Yeah. She basically
like,
dumps him again in the exact same way. And then there's a scene with her and her dad where she tells him that she's leaving law school. And he's like, oh, this is happening again. And she's like, it's not like, this is what I want. But she gets like a redo basically where she doesn't have to completely cut herself off from her parents for 5 years. Like she keeps that relationship. So I guess, that's a good thing, I guess. Although they're awful, awful people. Like they knew about this the whole time and kept it from her. And like just tried to get her back in the most dishonest way possible.
I don't know, man. I don't have any kids, and I've never lost any of the kids I don't have. But it seemed like a desperation play. They were like, I got my daughter back, like I'll do whatever I can.
It just seemed awful to me. Like they were just no redeeming qualities about the family whatsoever. No. She decides that she's going to move back into the city, but like never like reconnects with Channing Tatum really. Like she basically has just given up on that in a way. Like she's not like doesn't seem to have had any contact with him throughout this time.
She's going to find herself, man.
Yeah. There is one scene where like right after she finds out that her dad slept with one of her friends, she does go back to Leo's apartment to find him on a date.
Is that what that was?
Assume. He's walking down the alley with this girl and they're like laughing and we'd never seen her before.
And we don't hear from her again.
Yeah, and it's like an awkward thing where like Paige is like, I need to talk to you. And the girl's like, oh, I guess I should probably just get the fuck out of here. And like,
hey, you remember that woman I was crying about earlier during our date? She's in the alley now. You gotta go.
You gotta leave. And Paige asks him, like, why didn't you tell me? And he's like, because I wanted you to like, you seemed like you really wanted to be with your family. And I didn't want to ruin that for you. I wanted you to kind of figure it out on your own. Which is
the right move.
It was the right move. Although this movie might have been a lot shorter if he just told her that in the beginning. Then they could at least have this conversation and figure things out. She doesn't talk to him again after that. She moves back to the city. And she's unpacking and going through some things in her new apartment. And she finds the wedding vows for the cafe mnemonic. And she decides that like she's going to go there. And Channing Tatum happens to be there too. And it's closed because of the snow. It's snowing again. And they run into each other. And she kind of says like, I'm back in the city now. I've been hanging out with, I think it was the one girl from their friend group, because it was like 4 guys and a girl.
Yeah.
And she's like, I've been hanging out with this girl. We've been talking about you a lot lately. And he's like, well, what has she said? And she goes, well, she says that you're not seeing anybody right now. And he's like, what about you? And she's like, no. And they're like, let's go get something to eat. And they just walk off, and that's it. And then we get hit with the couple who inspired this film are happily married today. And
Left field, man.
and have 2 children. She never regained her memory.
Yeah. I had no idea this is based on a true story.
Inspired by true events, which when I see that in a movie, I'm usually like, this is bullshit. Like, inspired by means they took like one little
You would have
part.
thought they would have led with that.
Yeah, but it sounds like this was like a legit thing that like really happened and like people really went through. So that's that movie.
Which I read a little bit further.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah. Oh, you got it? All
There's
right.
more. I mean, well, you can say it. I can say it. It doesn't matter. But let's get into our grand gestures and flowers. Is there anything you'd like to forget about this movie? Lay it on.
This movie, it kind of hooked me on, like, I don't know, I like the concept. The whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm problem solving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of dumb, but it still made me think the entire movie.
Yeah.
I do like that, like, she kind of left, and instead of going right back to him, she goes and lives on her own.
And makes all the same decisions she made before, which was cool. Like, she was her own person.
My
She did it on
greatest
her own.
advice to, like, anybody ever is to live by yourself for a year.
Yeah.
Not like a fucking hobbit in the middle of nowhere,
Like a
but
monk
like,
in a monastery.
get your own apartment, live by yourself for at least a year. Because you have no idea who the fuck you are until you're not around other people.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're the pantsless type. Who knows? You're going to find that out. It's going to be the most important thing you can do. I tell that to anybody I know that's like graduating school, like high school. Find a way to live by yourself. And that's what she does. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, not super deep.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
Much like this movie. No, the movie's good. So yeah, this movie is actually loosely based on a story of Kim and Cricket Carpenter.
Cricket.
Can you guess which one's the husband and which one's the wife?
Wait, he's not Cricket?
Kim and Cricket Carpenter.
Yeah, I imagine he's Cricket.
He's
right?
Kim.
Wow.
She's Cricket.
This story just keeps curveballing me.
It threw me for a loop. The Carpenters liked the movie, but were disappointed by its omission of their faith in Christianity, which was an important factor in their resilience.
Oh.
Now, put a pin in that. In October of 2018, the couple who inspired the story announced that they were divorcing after 25 years of marriage. Why? Because Cricket was cheating on Kim, and he admitted to it.
Wow.
So,
No, she admitted to it. She's Cricket.
I'm sorry, Kim admitted to it. He was cheating.
Oh, okay.
It's so confusing. Both spelled with a K, by the way. It's not Cricket with a C. It's Cricket with a K.
This sounds very Southern.
It might be. But yeah, they're
Sorry,
super Christian. But
Southern
then,
listeners.
Super Christian, but then they divorced because he was diddling somebody.
Oh, I hope her name was Diane.
It might have been. So yeah, that's
Or Cayenne with a K, who knows?
that's my stuff. I just wanted to touch on the based on the true story thing. Let's chick flick it to a dick flick it. I have a feeling that we might go down very similar paths here.
Can you see my notes?
No, I can't. No, but I'll let you go first.
I was going Born Identity.
Fuck me too.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What's better than coming out of a coma and killing yourself some fucking spies?
Yeah. Like she comes out of it and like we meet the mom and dad, but the mom and dad are actually like the handlers. Like they're
that's
portraying
even better.
like portraying the mom and dad, but they're really just handlers. And Channing Tatum has no idea. So you can play it almost like an action comedy. Where like she's like all of a sudden starting to like learn things or like remember things like around the house. Like she's like chopping stuff with a knife one day and then just like throws it across the room and takes out a fly from like 20 yards. Like
He farts and she whips a knife across the room at him.
yeah. But yeah, like that's where I was going.
See, I was going with she was a spy up until that 5-year point, and that's why she left mom and dad, as she quit being a spy.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Like she
Yeah.
left the organization, but then when they found out she was injured, they came back. So they were trying to get her back in the fold.
Yes.
Yeah, and like she doesn't realize it. She thinks they're her parents, but then we start to slowly find out that they're involved. And
We were on the exact same
yeah, I
page.
mean,
on this
you
one.
had you
I
almost
love
had
it.
you almost had to coming out of amnesia like that. You got to go Born.
Yeah.
I didn't know what else to do.
It's the Born Identity, supremacy, all that bullshit.
Yeah, the vow identity.
Ooh.
All right, so we should Nick Cage it.
Yes.
All right, I'll go first.
All right,
I'm curious.
hit me.
I know who I would make him, but I want to see. I want to see what you say. But I'm going to go first and connect them. I went with Sam Neill, our boy from Jurassic Park.
Gotta love him.
But I'm not connecting him through Jurassic Park. I'm connecting him through a little movie called In the Mouth of Madness. Ever seen that?
No.
It's a great John Carpenter movie. It's part of his trilogy of like, I want to say it's like the Apocalypse trilogy or something like that.
Okay.
So it goes The Thing. Shit, I'm going to fuck this up. But In the Mouth of Madness was like the third movie in this like technical trilogy that he made. Sam Neill plays like the main character in that. He's an agent for a writer, goes by the name of Sutter Kane. And in this movie, like all this guy's writings are starting to come to life. He's like a Stephen King type.
What a cool name.
Yeah, it is a really cool name.
After we heard about Cricket and Kim.
Yeah.
Sutter Kane.
Sutter Kane, played by a guy named Jürgen Prochnow. He's in Beer Fest. He plays Wolfgang von Wolfhausen.
Yes!
Yeah. So he's in that. There's also a guy by the name of MC Gainey in Beer Fest. He plays the priest. There's a scene where the brothers are at their grandfather's wedding, and the one brother is downstairs playing drinking games with the priest. This guy, MC Gainey, plays Swamp Thing in Con Air. He's one of the criminals on the plane. Swamp Thing. Con Air, obviously, starring Nicolas Cage.
That was a real roller coaster, that one.
Yeah,
I
right?
liked it. You went all over.
Yeah, I mean, it was only really, I just had more info on the movies. It was only like 3 steps. But,
Like a pro.
thank you. Where would you put him?
I really wanted to make him a She-Hulk character.
Really?
Just like, yeah, like, well, but I'm not going to.
I would take Tatiana.
Yeah, exactly. I want him to be Wisdom Doc.
Really?
Yeah, I just like that where he's just, but I want him like kind of old school Wisdom Doc where it's like he's super wise, but he's like always smoking a cigarette for some reason. You know, like in the hospital.
Okay.
Every time they're like, well, he's just like, what I think you should do is head home with the boy. Have some fun. You know. But that's about it, yeah. I mean, he would have been good as Tatiana Maslany.
I want him as Jeremy. I want him to be the ex that she gets back with when she gets amnesia. I think he would be so good as just like this older man. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but he's just like the guy.
Or we've already got a guy named Kim. What if he was Diane?
What if he was the guy the dad was sleeping with?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be weird. But I like it.
Yeah.
All right, let's rate it.
All right.
You go.
I think it's going to be controversial.
Okay.
I'm giving this a 3.5.
Okay.
I was into this movie. It's definitely not like a... This is a movie I'll probably never even talk about again the rest of my life, but the whole time I was watching it, man, it had me thinking. It had me going. I was like, how would I get out of this problem? How would I solve this? I kind of liked it. I liked the premise, even though now I know that it's like not actually made up by a writing team. It was Kim and Cricket. But yeah, I'm going 3.5, and I'm not 100% sure why. I don't even know if I could fully defend that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you like what you like.
I do. I liked it.
This is not a well-made movie.
Agreed.
It's not like expertly acted. I mean, the performances by the leads were okay. It's nothing like groundbreaking.
You're not saying anything false.
But much like you, I like this movie.
I'm fucking blown away.
I don't know if I'm willing to go 3.5, but I think I can go 3.
Okay.
So 2.5 is just average.
Hey, that's 2.5 more than I thought you were going to give it.
Yeah, this was just a little better than average for me. I actually enjoyed it. Like, it was just, like, dumb fun. And, like, it was. Like you said, like, the story is interesting. Like, I wasn't really sure where it was going. Like, totally blown away that she didn't get her memory back. Like, I thought for sure that's where it was going. Threw me for a loop there at the end. The leads had pretty good chemistry, I thought, for considering they weren't supposed to know each other. Like, I thought in the scenes where they were together, it was believable. And I mean, I kind of like Channing Tatum, man. I'm really coming around on the guy. Like, he's just like a big lovable dumbass, and I like it.
You know what I think? When you look at another movie we recently did, The Wedding Planner.
Yeah.
Which I think we rated pretty low.
Oh, yeah.
If you compare the two of these, they got kind of the same amount of star power, not the same script, like different stories, but about the same level of script.
Yeah.
But the characters in this are fucking tolerable.
Yeah.
And that makes a big movie. Like, I didn't hate anybody in this specifically. Yeah. Even Sam Neill, who's a dog.
Oh, I hated him. But the villains of the movie were the villains of the movie. Like, they were meant to be the villains, I felt like. And I was happy to have someone to root against. Because a lot of times it's a little muddled in these. Like, you don't know, like, you're supposed to, like The Wedding Planner, you're supposed to be rooting for fucking Matthew McConaughey, and he's a piece of shit the entire movie. At least this one, the lines were drawn pretty well. Like,
Hard agree.
I didn't have to, there was no gray area. I knew who I was rooting for, I knew who I wasn't, and it was a fun little ride. It's also like an hour and a half. That's a nice length for one of these movies.
Hey, it was
I don't need
that
too
was
much.
a Saturday morning hangover for me. That's like by the time this movie was over, the ibuprofen had kicked in.
There you go.
I was ready for the day.
All right. Well, then I guess it's time to roll our next movie, CJ.
Yes, sir, it is.
We're at number 194. That's the number of movies we have on the old list here.
I'm hoping we get a good one this week because I know we don't really
This was
share
a
the
good
list
one.
with anybody.
Oh, yeah.
I shared it with my wife.
Oh, yeah.
She was not impressed by the list.
Oh, wow.
All right, we got. I think we just recently rolled this number, but 136.
We did not roll this, I don't think, recently. But I'm excited, CJ.
What is this?
This could be a big one.
Oh yeah,
Jerry Maguire.
fuck yeah!
You had me at hello.
Oh,
Show me the money.
nice.
The human head weighs 8 pounds. I've seen this movie. I like this movie.
I don't remember that line at all.
It's the fucking kid, Jonathan Lipnicki, the weird little kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him?
I don't know.
Crack.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's my fucking cat somewhere. Anyway, it's going to be hard to cut that out now after all the references we've made to it. So until next time, everybody, when we talk about Jerry Maguire, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, let's do this. This is a good movie. I have seen this.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of it, but I have seen
We
it.
got Renee Zellweger.
Renee Zellweger.
We got Cuba Gooding Jr.
Absolutely.
I think this was I'm not sure, was it a Cameron Crowe movie? I feel like this might have been Cameron Crowe.
Really?
I'm not sure. I could be 100% wrong. We'll find out next week, everybody. And until we do, remember to check us out wherever you get your podcasts at. Like us, subscribe to us, write us a review. It helps us out immensely. Even just like a real quick one, like, hey, they're great. Or, hey, they're okay. Just give us something. Put some words in there. It makes us a little more accessible to other people. Check us out on the socials. Find us on Facebook. Get your sweet, sweet memes. And also, as always, please send us an email. you've.gotmails@yahoo. We're always looking to connect with the listeners. See who you are, where you're from, why you're listening.
Looking at you, Vegas.
Yeah. We're going Vegas now. I got to know who this Vegas listener is. We've had Vegas every time, and I think we haven't showed him enough love.
Yeah.
So show us.
Or Trinidad.
Show me the money. Trinidad, yeah.
Yeah, that guy in Trinidad, or gal, Trinidad, whoever it is.
Yeah, we got an Algeria not too long ago.
Yeah.
I'm just curious as hell why you're listening to us. So, but until next time, when we do Jerry Maguire, please stay romantic. Don't be shitty to each other.
Who's coming with me?
Ooh, that's one of the lines.
Yeah. Who's coming with me?
I'm excited.